Evangelist Enoch also so we are obetini abam. Meet you.
Yo, asidan kezi anyame why na dum na so yugudo ye hwehwen ninsempem ama no corner wadezi. Also no corner the truth, when you know the truth will set you free. And then you go to Psalm 144, it tells you that the truth, thy law is the truth. And you know, so if you look 16 verse 16, Jesus also the law and the prophet was unto John. And then since that time, that is from that time, the kingdom of God has been preached. The Bible tells us in Corinthians that the Most High, knowing that the Gentiles shall be justified by faith, the gospel was preached unto what? Unto Abraham. And so it's not a new thing. There's nothing new which Christ came to preach. I'll continue to repeat that. Now, when the Bible says kingdom of heaven or kingdom of God, Mama ya adwin ye hende ahinzi bi wo soro ho. It's not bibi physical be there ikro bi a wa chechir no bibi o soro ho. That is not what the Bible is. It said the kingdom which is of God. The kingdom which is of heaven is speaking about the kingdom which belongs to God himself, which the sovereignty of God is going to rule that kingdom. That is what he's talking about. But he's not saying there adino was so hobby and all that. And ya fazim so literally there a new world to be away create was so hard was we see asasido. That is not what God is saying. Because the kingdom of God is not any new thing than what God initially created. Before heaven and earth was created, there was nothing like God was not ruling over anything that he has created because he was alone. Then he created the heavens and the earth. That is the beginning of his reign. That is the beginning of his rulership. And something happened. Now, going back, the Bible said that in Acts, Jesus Christ is going to be held up in heaven until everything is being restored, until all the restitution of all things. That means from the beginning, whatever he created, which was so perfect and good, that he gave testimony, and before even the devil sinned, when the devil sinned, that is when something happened. That is from that time of the commitment of sin, the transgression of the devil, that is until the time that Christ will come. That is when the restoration is going to be done. And it's a work of restoration now. One can't even go assassin. The restoration has to also to deal with the things, the spiritual things that the devil, because the devil was ruling in the physical at the same time in the spiritual realm. And that is why our friend, then there should have to be a restoration. It's the moment you are drinking and there assassin be and all that. No, we have to get the point, because at the end of the day, say you look, you Matthew, you Revelation chapter 21 now, and then he begins to describe the kingdom now, which came down from heaven now. It's just this particular earth. Or them assassin. But what we know is that even from Genesis chapter 1, it says in the beginning was the word, and in the beginning God created heaven and earth. And then the earth was without form. Now, when you go to the Hebrew, it tells you that the earth became without a form. You understand? There was a translation.
In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. That means the heaven has already been created.
What I'm saying is, when we go back to Genesis chapter 1, I want you to know that this earth has been renovated. This is not the first time. Papa God is going to renovate this earth. There's going to be a rolling up of things over here, on this surface of this earth, clean up, and then it's going to what? Make it a new. And it's not a new concept. Now listen carefully.
The first one happens in what? That is Noah's time, right?
That is not even the Noah's time. The first thing happened in Genesis chapter 1.
The creation story.
Good. The creation story. Was without form. Good. In Genesis chapter 1, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Verse 2. And the earth became empty, or it became what? Formless. You understand? It became formless. Now, when you go to the Hebrew, it tells you that he used the word tohu and bohu. That is confusion. That is chaos. And then we go to verse 3. Then God began to what? To call order into the world by calling for light, calling for all these things. You understand? Until there's a gap between when the heavens were Genesis chapter 1 and Genesis chapter 2. And you are not going to get that one in Genesis. You have to continue reading the book to be able to understand. You understand? Until when that thing happened, then he began to what? To call for order, and then we had the earth, we have the land, and then we had all other things that we have today, and man was also created, and man was given the rulership. And this is not the first time that God is going to destroy everything and save the righteous, and then renovate the earth, the planetary system, and then we are going to inhabit it. You understand? It's not something because people are looking at the sufferings, people are looking at the pain, the wickedness of this life, and to think that this one has to go away. There's nothing wrong. It's the same as with the covenant. Now, when you look at the covenant closely, the Bible didn't say that there's anything wrong with the covenant that God made with it. It said that finding fault with the people. The fault is always with the people. So God is going to deal with those people who transgresses the law and the things that they have what? The corruption that is on the surface of the earth. And then we get back to it again. There's nothing wrong with this earth. Now, why would you think that? Yeah.
John 14:2. I said no kind of John 14:2. What was he implying? In my father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, I would not have told you that I'm going to prepare a place for you. Where is that the father's house?
Now, as I'm okay, no, Maman can ye intro. Wow, John, Maman can ye now, because what can I would you mean cover do? And you know, you people are missing what Christ is saying.
You
Yes, sir.
Good. Now listen. Okay. Listen carefully. This is what he said. This is what he said. Let not your heart be troubled. John 14, verse 1 to 2, 3. Believe in God, believe also in me. In my father's house are many mansions. Oh, no, what is done at this world? No, it's not talking about, because God don't live in buildings. What is wrong with us? Listen, if it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. Verse 3. And if I go and I prepare a place for you, I will come again. That is why we don't stop and think. Where was he? Bro, look at the massive, you know, if I
go and prepare a place for you, I'll come again.
Yes. Now I'm also Miss Morocco. Na Morocco no mukase ho na masana ba homanchan. Aha no dey water say. There also basana ba, meaning you come to this earth again. That is the first point you have to understand before you go in and read the rest.
I'll come back again.
I haven't stopped it, but then you should know that this man is speaking. And then he's telling you that I will go. And going, you know, I've explained to you that he will go and he's gone. And then he make another point that he's going to come back again. Now, the word again means to repeat. Meaning, where he was, he's going to repeat, is coming again. That means the baby is going to repeat, come, because the first time he came on this earth. So again means he's going to be on the earth again. That is the point I want to emphasize. Then I'll move on to the next, whatever he said again. Then I'll come back and show you the things that when he come again, he's going to do. That is what we have to understand. Listen, I will come again and receive you unto myself. Okay? That where I am, I will take you there. He said, where I am, baby, I'm more one. Now he tells you that I'll come to you on this earth, I'll come and receive you. And where I am, there you always also be. You understand? And where I go, and verse 4, that is another conversation. You understand? Then you understand that.
Because I'm going to prepare. I say what God has prepared for those who love Him. And on Jesus Christ, like I said, I'm going to prepare a place for you.
Now let me read another parable, so because remember, you let me finish my point. Let me express everything. Let me teach. When I finish, then these questions will come. People will not understand what I'm saying. Now, I want you to turn to Luke chapter 19. Because he told a parable over here. And I want you to listen carefully concerning this parable. Luke chapter 19, verse 11. And as they heard these things, he added and spake a parable to them. So this is a parable. And I want us to listen carefully. He added and spake a parable to them because he was near to Jerusalem and because they thought that the kingdom of God should immediately appear. The kingdom of God should immediately appear. They were on this earth. And the disciples which were walking with them, they knew that it is about this earth that the kingdom is going to appear. We're going to be on this planet. Now listen to the parable. And because they thought the kingdom of God should immediately appear, he said, therefore, a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. Now listen to this parable carefully. I'm not going to read everything, but I'm going to jump up a little because of her. And listen to, a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom. And when he received the kingdom, he said that, and to return again. This man, when he received the kingdom, he will not stay where the far country. He is going to what? Return. This nobleman is referring to himself, Jesus Christ. That he will go to his father and he's going to receive a kingdom. And then when you go to Daniel chapter 7, verse 13, you understand the parable over there. Because when we go back to Daniel chapter 7, verse 13, I read, listen to what was given to Christ in Daniel chapter 7, verse 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds. Remember, this same clouds carried Jesus Christ into the heavens on Mount Olivet with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, which is the Father. You see two identities here, two different beings here, powers here. And they brought him near before him, and there was given him dominion, that is a kingdom, glory, a kingdom. All the people of this earth, nations, languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall never be destroyed. From the time of Adam, every human kingdom has collapsed. And this final European white power was also going to collapse. America is going to be destroyed, and just as every human empire or kingdom has collapsed, they are all going to go down. The only kingdom which is going to stand forever is that of Christ, which you are reading the prophecy here. You understand? And this is the kingdom that he referring back to Luke chapter 19 in a parable, that he's going to a far country, meaning heaven, and then when he go there, he's going to receive a kingdom. And then when he receive that kingdom, he's going to return with the kingdom. 13. And he called his 10 servants and delivered to them 10 pounds, said to them, occupy till I come. He gave them his servants, he gave them what? Something to do. Speaking about we the disciples, we the saints, we the Israelites. Now, when you continue and read, and I want to read to you what happened when he returned. Meaning he's coming back to this earth. I don't know how much we have to repeat that. No, I haven't finished because. Okay.